Hello everybody, Aaron Tafoya with Empowered Percussion. I am your cajon builder, and I'm featuring here the Contour Cajon, in which we've been building now for a couple of years now. And just to let you know a few things about this drum, it's very unique in the market in the sense that, number one, it's handmade here in America, out of Minnesota. And second of all, this drum is unique by many of the different features that it has, which would tend to be more of the luxury side of cajon drums. But I'll let you know here, we have a perfectly bent corner here that allows for ergonomic playing. So if you haven't played on a drum like this, really what it's doing, it's eliminating your wrist from hitting the corner of the drum. So you can play without risk of damaging your wrist. I know sometimes we might be on stage where you call it the solo and a lot of adrenaline's going, you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden at the end of the show you look at your wrist and you happen to have bruises. And so this eliminates that. Also, it's just comfortable to sit on. There's not an edge there for your legs, so depending on your body shape that may help you. Also, it just looks good aesthetically. You know, it's a very sleek, almost vintage looking drum that should be around in your life for the next 30 years or maybe a lifetime. Considering a $400 purchase for a drum like this is, number one, under market value, but number two, it's an investment. If you don't already own a cajon and you're a drum set player, this is something to add to your palette, because you're going to play gigs in which you wouldn't with a drum set because of the different spaces that are opening up in the market today to play gigs where there's limited space. So consider a $400 investment, handmade by myself, and also I give a free lesson with every purchase. I'm trying to give you a really good value and also build a relationship as long as we're in business, which hopefully is for a long time here, since we don't seem to be slowing down with our innovations and our patents. And we really are trying to contribute to the art of cajon drumming and many other markets such as music therapy and stage performance and different things like that. So while there is a fundamental vision of Empowered Percussion, it really is to be empowered. Number one, the name is a tribute to the slaves of Peru who invented this drum. Essentially, we're playing a box, very basic and folkloric. But number two, we are in the year 2017, and there are things we can do to allow our playing and to know what we know as American drummers, to transfer the knowledge of what we do know into a cajon drum, which can prove it can stimulate you, it can force new creativity to happen, and it can open up a new awareness and joy of percussion, because you already have done a lot of your legwork if you've been a drummer. So while I'm speaking to all crowds here, this also may be not the case for the newer percussionists that are solely getting into percussion, in which I can teach the basics and the intermediate and more of the advanced techniques when it comes to drumming on cajon. So with that said, I just look for a couple more videos. I'm going to put out a series of videos here, and if you have an interest, just go to EmpoweredPercussion.com or just email me direct at EmpoweredPercussion@gmail.com. Let me know you're interested in one of these drums. I did want to say about this drum in particular, the Contour Cajon line. You know, we build at the same time every time, but you have the option to upgrade the sheens, the head. The back head here actually sounds very different, much like a Doombeck. But you can have different sheen options. If you want to go natural birch, you can. If you want walnut oil application, if you want clear coat, polyurethane, satin, high gloss, low gloss, we have all those options. So really, you can personalize this drum in a way that's great. Another thing I want to mention is that the toppest we play here right now, this one in particular is pushing about a 65 hertz, and the drum I built before this one was actually pushing it was a 56 hertz, one of the lowest hertz levels that we've produced on the Contour Cajon. And for people that don't know what that means, really essentially you're playing a bass tone comparable to an 18 or 20 inch kick drum. And we've compared that to different tunings on like an 18-inch kick, which is tends to be a trend lately with traveling lightly and being more effective with just a simpler setup. The 18-inch kick has been really cool, sporty and punchy, very similar to this drum. So when you get this drum with the right microphone and you're on a stage with subwoofers, people stay interested because they don't understand what's coming out of this drum. Many people ask me when I'm on stage, is that electronic? And it's not, it's all acoustic. So I guess we've prized our engineering capabilities here with this drum to really be impactful on the stage and to really fulfill that drum set position with the boom and the bap, the highs and the lows, and the very sensitive touch with the snare. So that's Peruvian tone, snare tone. And really all we have here is a push and twist mechanism. I also hand turn these, so it's all handcrafted, and you know, we put a lot of love into this drum. It seems like the more love we put into it, the better it sounds, which is nice. Flamenco, we got Peruvian, sorry, just jumping into some beats here. Contour Cajon by Empowered Percussion. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to call me or just email me. Don't be a stranger, and we really want to get this drum out into drummers' hands, and it's a great thing right now to be doing what we're doing with drums and with the Cajon drum. We're happy to be solving problems for different drummers around the world, and mostly locally and in the United States here. So don't be a stranger. Let's talk Empowered Percussion, and drum empowered as always. Thank you.